And hello and welcome everybody to episode 7. Yay! Thank you everybody that we now have magnificently, thanks to all of you out there, all of our wonderful viewers. We have over 100 subscribers. We hit our goal. Way! I will be doing a deep dive video into the Rolemaster system. I'm releasing that shortly. But thank you very much for all of your support. It is very much appreciated by the whole team. So, let's see where we were at the end of last session. Last session ended with Lumi was at the brewery, being escorted around by Falden Jack when she overheard some rather disturbing news. While the rest of the team, they were looking at their new wonderful property that had been acquired after a short encounter with some strange guy with a crossbow of, what's that on the wall behind you there, Ash? Are you looking at my snake? Yes. And
yeah, that's what she said.
It happened.
Oh God, he went there.
You did.
He did. And then Emrys did an amazing fast talk roll with the local lumber yard and managed to get some great lumber, which you then, and I'm going to show you all so you can enjoy it. You then...
We haven't seen this, have we?
No, you haven't seen this. So I need to resize
So
it.
look at these
2 seconds. I need
skills
to
of
resize
Dave
it. It's just turned to the right size so you can all get a good look.
Yeah, you're right. It was a shack.
Oh, it really is
Wow.
a shack. Yeah, it's there you go. So
Shakatoa.
first things first. Oh, it's me just trying to get it square on the table for you.
So Rhiv, tell me about that farmer again, living on his own.
Well, 2 seconds. 2 seconds. First things first. I just want to say to everybody that we're actually using Inkarnate's new battle map tool to create your little shack. So this is using the Inkarnate software, which normally is for maps, like world maps. But they have actually done one now where they've got artwork and features for you to create little battle maps. So yes, folks, this is the size of your little shack, but rather than it just falling down,
Very good.
you have used some decent wood to make it weatherproof. It's actually got some structure and strength to it. It'll withstand storms. As I said, there's not a lot of room inside. It's a 1 floor, 1 family little squalor where everybody sleeps on the floor. You might get enough room in there for a table to sit around. At the moment, that little thing on the left, there's a bench whereby you had some spare wood and made a little bench so at least you can sit down. And you have a fireplace.
Frog proof. That's what we want
It
to know.
is frog proof. Not only is it frog proof,
Let's get the brass tacks. Is it frog?
you filled in all of the little gaps to make sure that it's even like little nasty insect proof. So nothing's really going to be creeping into your little hut unless it's through the gap of the front door, of course. But you can always stuff something in there if you really wanted to. But yeah,
No.
And there's
Have we not got a front door yet?
you have a front door. I do believe Ash is standing on the front door.
Excellent.
There's also a little window there. It's not got glass in it. I'm afraid there's going to be a shutter.
That's good enough.
But yes, and it's getting late in the evening by the time you would have finished fixing up as best you could the little hut.
Do you
And
think Lumi will hang
Lumi,
from the rafter?
sorry, Ash.
I said, do you think Lumi will be hanging from the rafter, or do you think she's in bed?
Well, Lumi would have just about returned now, so you can find out yourself whether she's going to sleep hanging from the rafters or not.
You think she's got those clawed feet? Do you know?
She's behind me, isn't she?
Yes, Ash.
Yes.
Yeah, she is
Right.
behind you.
Yes,
The
she is.
vampire is behind.
What do you think?
The vampire bat lady is behind you. Good evening, Lumi.
Nothing at all.
What's been going on here then?
What's that under your arm?
This. It's a little barrel of bogmog.
I think we need a bit more than just a little barrel.
Are we getting it in installments?
Oh, I
Oh
stand
no,
it
this
up
is
at some point.
our barrel.
Ah,
Complimentary barrel.
I shall drink it from my newly acquired tankard.
I hope you made 4 of those.
I didn't make them. I
Or
bought.
should I say 4 more of those?
I didn't make the tank, and I bought it. It's the general store. You know, I actually got clothes as well instead of the armor, which, let's face it, after a few days is going to start to smell.
That reminds me, Traeth, I
Not
got
that I
you some
smell.
clothes and some boots.
You did. You went and bought some clothes and some boots.
Free elf.
You know what?
Traeth is a free elf.
Does that mean we've got to hose you down outside now? With all that crap out your hair and
Clearly, he likes the extra freedom from clothes.
Don't give him a sock. We don't know where he'll do with it.
get a kilt. It's the only way to
I'm
be
not sure that
civil.
was necessary.
Yeah, Traeth is just going to spend some time feeling the quality of the schmutter.
You are
So
actually already wearing a deer skin kind of armor from the rogue. It's not great.
Needs a wash.
It does need a wash.
I
As far
bought
as your
soap.
effective cleaning of washing so far has been, it's clean enough.
Does that include the blood stain?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I've even stitched that bit up as well.
I bought soap.
Ooh.
Very nice.
That's
Ooh. Fancy.
Well, not really.
Anyway,
Well,
shall
it's
we?
rendered fat.
Would you like to give us the grand tour, Ash?
Open door. Go. Yes.
Don't spread your arms too wide.
Do you any of you have a penchant for swinging cats?
I would want to swing a cat.
Well, you
It'll
couldn't.
probably
That's
take
the
your
point.
eyes
Well, no,
Mentioning no names, but no taking off and landing in here, okay?
I've only managed to get. There's only
Just
the
thought
five.
I'd say.
I've repaired the 2 beds that were in here. There's a small bench. I've filled up all the holes. We should be safe and dry if a storm arrives. I can't promise it'll be frog proof though.
Well, isn't that what we're here for?
Indeed, we are proof against frog.
Are we?
No, not really. Did you see that first?
Oh,
that
you guys
first
are.
one we tried to kill. But anyway, we are safe, and we look. As long as we don't go back to where we might have killed a member of the organized crime family, we should be okay.
No.
Laying low doesn't mean, becoming hermits. We can still interact with the town and village and make ourselves part of the community.
Wider community.
Indeed, because let's face it, though I am growing to like you, I would prefer not to spend my waking time in the same room as you constantly.
And you might not have noticed, but it's out of the brain.
We haven't noticed.
I'm inside already, so
That means Ash has done a good job of the roof.
yeah, I don't know about you lot. I'm inside.
Yeah, it's pretty waterproof. It's fine.
Okay.
It
Waterproof is good when you live next to a swamp.
Should we broach that barrel and possibly celebrate our new abode?
Yes. I think that's a fine suggestion, Ash.
I'm
Why,
always up for a drink.
why did he give you the barrel? You didn't have a sustenance meeting with him, did you?
No.
No, good.
No sustenance.
No, okay. I mean, did you manage to hear anything? I mean, we've been
Oh,
fixing
yes.
this.
Actually,
He did look a little pale, don't you think?
yeah. Actually, while I was there, there was a guy in there, and he'd come from Blaketown, and everybody's dead.
Everybody.
Everybody?
Everybody, everything, dead.
Okay.
Days.
I'm
Did they say
need that
how?
drink about me.
Open the barrel. Do we know
Oh.
how? Yes.
No idea. Just
Stop breathing.
Yes. What
Usually
caused the
pretty
stopping of the breathing is usually the how, not the end result. So, yes.
Rhiv is going to find a corner and just sit in it for a moment.
Are you all right, Rip? You look a little struck by that news.
Yeah, suppose
Perhaps you've got to
I would be.
open that bottle.
I've
Or
already
keg. Keg.
I hand him a tankard.
Thanks.
Aren't you from round these parts, you said?
I'm originally from somewhere not too far away, but
You're not from Blaketown then, you're lucky.
Well, yeah, I don't know about that.
Why, did you have family there?
No, and if I did, I wouldn't anymore.
Oh, true enough, they're all dead.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. It's okay. It's fine. All right.
So why is this affecting you so much then?
Well, I might have been involved with that.
He's leaning in slightly.
Mhm.
Involved with that.
To use a colloquialism, say what?
I didn't catch what you said.
Say what?
Okay. This is gonna need a little bit of explaining, I guess.
I shall get a drink.
Could you make 2, please?
Yeah.
Not a problem. Traeth, would you also imbibe?
No, I'm good without drinking the swamp water, thank you.
It's not swamp water. It's
Brewed
ale.
swamp water.
But that's what makes it pure. Let him speak, Rhiv. Rhiv, tell us this tale of woe.
Okay. Well, I'm originally from a small little place, backwater called Lost Hope Hamlet. Proper shithole, frankly. But I left there ages ago, years ago now, and I went to this other place called the Bull Pit. For most of the time, you've probably guessed by now, but I'm not exactly the most noble of professions. And again, who is?
You have a profession, at least.
Yeah, I hide. I break into places I'm not meant to and take things which aren't mine. That's kind of what I do.
But you're a professional at it, which is good.
It's something. But as I said, I left the hamlet to go to this other place, the Bull Pit. I stuck at it solo for a couple of years or so until I came across a gang of others like me, and at some point, the leader of that gang here, he wanted to do something more than just steal, take petty cash and the like. He wanted us to be adventurous. Adventurers. So we took what money we had and bought some gear. Not much. We didn't have much to really use. And we made our way to Blaketown. And we snuck into the mines there, and we hoped that perhaps we might find something worthwhile, something with a lot of money, or that we could just sell in town or take somewhere else. There were 6 of us in all, myself included, and mines were abandoned, and we didn't find anything for a while, till we came to the deepest point.
No good ever lies at the deepest part of a mine.
No.
Of one's soul.
I think I'll take a bit of that drink now.
Here, I pass the tankard across.
Down the tankard.
We are now.
At the bottom of that mine, there was a large lake, body of water. I can't remember how wide it was across, but on the other side, one of us saw a house. Never seen anything like it. It was perfectly preserved and everything. Figured that if we were to find anything in this mine, that was the place we'd find it. I got across the water. I managed to open the door.
Does this tale actually have a point?
Yeah, I'm
No,
getting to that.
Sorry. Not good with people. Sorry.
Ash, drink. Let him speak.
Well, sorry.
I gotta be honest, I don't remember much after that. All I remember is darkness and screaming. As we tried to get away from whatever it was, I couldn't see it. I just hid. I don't know how long I stayed down that pit. But when I came out, like town, I could see smoke rising. Couldn't see people. So I ran. I just kept running. And I found myself in the brass nail, and, well, then I met the rest of you.
Yeah.
I don't know what might have or even could have done that. I've never been more scared in my life.
So you're saying that your actions have actually caused the death of all these people, that's on your head?
I think that is too great a claim for him.
I think so
Actually
too.
know what happened.
Exactly, I think so too. So do not blame yourself. There are at least 5 other people to blame.
They, by the sound of it, are likely dead.
More than likely. So you do not bear the burden yourself.
Can
I
you
didn't
remember
at
what
all.
it was you saw? Could any points, perhaps?
It's enormous. As it walked past, it cast a shadow so large I couldn't see. I couldn't move.
Fear will do that, as well as occasionally empty your bowels.
Well, I didn't do that. So,
See, you're not as scared as you thought then.
Whatever you encountered there, it led you to us.
Fortunately, yes.
Therefore, whatever you encountered there has set you on a better path.
Not so much for the village, mind you, but, you know.
Ash,
Yes.
Ash, your little rays of sunshine
I
are unnecessary.
I shall carry on drinking, sorry.
yeah.
you are
I-
not to blame.
no, actually,
Indeed, you are not.
I opened that door.
Anyone could have opened that.
You did that without the knowledge that
Exactly.
it was going to harm anybody. If it had been there that long, your likely thought was that it was locked and empty. An easy mistake to make.
Very
Never
few
mind
people-
for the youth. But
Very few
perhaps-
people build houses at the bottoms of mines.
Indeed.
But not to know.
That's a mistake a person of skill and wisdom might even make. Never mind a youngster like yourself.
And at some point, somebody would have ventured down there and opened the door.
Yeah.
That's what doors are for, to be opened. We are a curious race. I know I am.
You're a curious race.
Yes.
Curious.
Sorry, I didn't mean to, like. I'll drink.
So, whose bags the beds?
Well, I bought a bedroll, I think.
I did 2 as well.
So 2 beds, 2 bedrolls.
I think you
I
are,
am used
you
to.
are where you are, I think.
Well, what I was thinking of doing was taking some of the lumber and actually putting the one bed on top of the other bed with some uprights, and then maybe get another couple of beds and do the same again.
Good idea.
You're going to bank beds.
You're going bunk bed on us.
I have no idea what either of those two meant, but yes.
At this point, you guys hear a bell ringing in the town.
Hang on, is that alarm bell again?
That is the alarm bell. Quick, grab it. Let's be gone. To the town.
To the town.
Yeah, you
I
all
suppose
grabbing
about-
your gear and rushing
We
to
will
town.
visit this later again.
Rhiv is not going to be rushing. He's going to be shaking his way probably about
Traeth,
15
by
feet.
the way,
reach out, touches Lumi on the arm as she passes, leans in close and says, "Thank you for the clothes."
Cool. Okay,
I'll bundle them out the door. Come on, shift it.
you all have two obvious paths: the main path back into the town, or directly through the ruins with the strange guy with the crossbow and the big snake.
Yeah,
Let's
no.
not do that. So we'll go through the track.
They're probably
Unless
equally
somebody-
as fast, if you get what I mean.
With a crossbow bolt in their arse.
Okay.
So no, we'll go the.
He's probably still out there in the rain in the dark,
Oh yeah.
just in
We'll bring
case.
the snake out.
You know he's there. You know it. He's
Definitely is.
there.
You
Bring
all he
the
has.
snakes out.
He is just that focus. Blinkers. The snake will come tonight. I know it.
It
I
will.
can feel it in my water.
So you run back into town, at which point you can see there's yet again a little gathering by the only bridge that heads the town from the swamp. And by there, you can see a little huddle of people, and mainly guards. And you head over. You can see that there's a dead frog person with several crossbow bolts stuck in him. There's 4 guards there now. They've increased the amount of guards at this part of the town. And also there is Falden Jack. And with his personal bodyguard. Nobody has been injured at this point. You can see there's no villagers that have been out in the middle of the night in the rain. They've just spotted another frog folk coming into the town.
I nudge Emrys on the way. See? She wasn't hungry.
He's alive and he's not
He's
drained.
alive. Yeah, as I point to Falcon Jack.
Which point Falden Jack actually sees
Just a bit pale, though, doesn't
all of you rushing in, armed as best as you are, with the gear that you have.
Are we better? Well, I am, but do we look slightly better equipped than his usual guard, or are his guards still quite good mercenary?
His guards are better equipped than what you guys look, because other than yourself, who is clearly a heavy warrior of some kind, I mean, Lumi doesn't look like she's equipped for anything. Rhiv, yeah, okay, he carries a crossbow, but he's not really wearing the armor of the guards. Traeth has got a very soft armor on, but he's carrying a stick. And Emrys is carrying a stick. You don't necessarily look
That's fair enough.
like
one.
guard kind
Only
of
have-
people. However,
Come and look at my stick.
he does see you as you head on over, and he approaches you. I mean, thank you, all of you, for turning up to the bell alarm. The alarm was there for the guards, but I mean, you, all of you. I mean, you're clearly outsiders, and you've only just been in our town for a few days, but that's twice now you've rushed to the aid of the bell, clearly to try and assist. So I mean, thank you in the middle of the night for doing that.
The weak always need protecting.
My nature.
I mean,
You're just welcome.
I mean, I've met the wonderful Lumi here, and she's quite dainty and not really looking like she gets into much fighting, but
Have you seen her deadlift yet?
Dainty. Well,
but
thank you for the ale.
the
Have you been drinking your ale again?
but I mean, if
Quite an
you don't mind me
answer.
asking, you're not from around here, but you seem to be clearly quite capable of handling yourselves, to be confident enough to rush towards danger like you have twice now.
People may be hurt. We can save them.
Here to
Thing-
help.
Indeed.
We can.
We are part of this community now. We have
We
moved
like
into
it.
a house.
Oh, well, first of all, welcome to Tugton. It's nice to have you here. And can I ask, if you don't mind, that would you be willing to accept, I don't know, a payment of some kind to investigate more on this issue? I've asked other people in town, and the Hunter brothers are doing what they can, but my guards are in no real position to go off into the swamps to try and find out what's happening. And if you guys have been out traveling the rest of the world as quite a capable little group like you seem, are you perhaps interested in some kind of work?
I look to Ash and Rhiv.
Riv's
Don't-
eyes immediately perk up at the mention of gold.
Well, he hasn't mentioned gold.
Money
He just
then.
said- yeah. No, yeah, he just said higher.
You get the point. You get the point.
I know what you mean. Yeah. So, remuneration, I think, is the term you
I
mentioned.
Could-
retain, baby.
He's
A
clearly
retainer,
pondering and
good
thinking
word.
to himself, counting coins in his head. Five of you.
Good
Indeed.
number.
Capable, stalwart,
I tell you what, he says that
smelling of oranges.
Always.
Making the dainty one.
Thank
if,
you.
Yeah.
if you can
Yeah,
find
myself
out,
one second.
You're talking about Rhiv now.
Yes.
he says, if you can find out why these frog folk are attacking us, I'm willing to give you 100 gold.
It's a good thing
So
I'm
that's
not drinking
20
Bognog,
gold
because currently
apiece.
it would be a spray.
The money is less of an import, but thank
Shut
you. That would suffice, I think.
Whoa.
Boot.
Hang on.
Don't turn it.
Listen to the whole sentence, please. The trouble with youth, it's a little too impetuous. As I was saying, the money is of less import, though we thank you greatly, because it will help us in our endeavours.
Indeed.
I'm sure we'd be happy to accept your retainer.
And
Is that right, gentleman and lady?
Yes.
Yes. Well, yes, I think so.
The ayes have it.
if you're happy with that, and you find yourself capable of actually putting a stop to these attacks, I could probably arrange to give you that sum of money a second time.
Excellent.
I'm not too sure whose eyes are wider, mine or Riv's.
Probably the frogs in the floor then. But no.
Riv's fallen on the floor.
Well, we
Traeth.
thank you.
Yes, Ash.
Could you see if you could detect what you detected possibly in the last one? If it's the same thing again, or is that beyond you?
I don't think it's something they've eaten or ingested. It seems to be something in the area, perhaps. We'd need to go and see if we could track down where the crazy frogs are coming from.
Is the other frog still in
Swine, you got crazy frog in there.
the stockade?
Yes, it was still in the prison the previous, the day when you talked
I'm just
to.
wondering, as
Okay.
he's been isolated now for a couple of days, let us see if he has a different temperament, perhaps.
Yeah, I mean, we covered this last session. I mean, it's been a single day. and it has actually seemed to have calmed down somewhat. It's still upset because it's now in a cage. It doesn't speak any language that you understand, and it is still seemed to be. The apothecary said that it was still clearly suffering some kind of strange ill effect, but it definitely lessened.
Is now this time of night the time to go and try and be talking to the frog, or should we do it tomorrow in the morning?
Yes.
In the morning. That will give
Okay.
further time for it to perhaps
Shack,
be rid
making
of this malaise.
After
Personally,
breakfast.
I'd much rather do whatever
have
we
food
do
for breakfast.
in the morning.
And I think Rhiv needs to get a bit more drunk and possibly
Nice.
weep a bit into a pillow.
I don't know about we, but the drink is most.
Do we have
important.
food for breakfast?
What time
Do
did
we,
I- what time
do
did I-
we, Traeth? Do we have food? My druid friend,
I
do
will
you have
put
food?
some
Food, Ash.
tubers or berries or the like.
I will help you. I'd be more than happy to help.
Tony, what time of day is it?
Perhaps
Night,
I
I
could
think?
learn from
It's in
your
the middle
skill
of the
as a
night. It's not really the best time to be doing
herbalist.
anything about this other than going back to your
No.
little hut.
We will wait till
We shall
morning.
go back to the hut.
Find food tomorrow morning, maybe.
Indeed. Shall we set watch or are we safe, do you think?
Fine. Lock the
Hmm.
door.
I don't mind doing a turn outside through the night if it helps assuage people's fears whilst they sleep.
How
Do you-
sturdy is the door, by the way?
Very.
It's been kind of freshly put together. I'm not saying that Ash is the best carpenter in the world, but it's brand new, so it's pretty sturdy. I mean, give it a week or two, and it might fall apart, but for now, it's absolutely fine.
I imagine somebody would wake us up trying to get through it. Put
I'm
it
a,
that
ple-
way.
Yeah,
I'm a plus
definitely.
35 on. I'm a plus 35 on wood. So wood crafting.
You
Not
are good
bad.
with your wood.
I'm indeed
Not
very
bad.
good with wood. It's not bad. That's not. Okay, who broke Lumi?
Good with
You mean,
wood.
you mean Dave, you didn't notice?
My
That you're
character,
good,
my
you're good
character
with
sheet
wood.
was- my character sheet was over everybody. I couldn't see anybody. So shush.
Perhaps you can do that
Oh,
Paul,
icy finger wiggling
No,
thing
no,
to the
no,
door.
not on fresh wood. We won't get out. I'll have to go through the wall.
I'll take your word for it.
It's
Never
fresh.
mind.
It's fresh wood. I mean, yes, it's dry, but it's fresh wood. You do that ice expanding thing. We are not getting out.
Okay.
If we
How
don't
are you-
have toilet.
how are you doing that, by the way?
Mm.
Who?
oh.
I'm looking at Lumi, who just went,
Something
By the way,
back.
this is I shake the hand of Mr. Falcon Jack and say thank you. We will go back and start in the morning.
Yeah,
Yes.
We haven't done that already.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm gonna
we-
say
we
yeah.
hadn't.
I gathered you'd actually
Ah, okay,
headed
just
back
wanted
to
to-
your hut already, out of the rain.
we were actually
Yeah,
this-
discussing
In that case,
inside.
this will
aren't
be
we?
inside then. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah, in the shack.
in the shack on shack.
Well, I'm not
Yes.
actually a human. I don't know if you've noticed.
Oh, you
Really?
No, I had not.
Oh,
I
yeah.
hadn't told anybody.
I thought you were a bit pale, but not human.
It was her. It was her story to
never-
tell. I didn't notice. I didn't tell anybody.
Yeah, so
you're
I
a
make
vamp-
sure to take my hood off and stuff, and so I come from a place called Altan, and what they call Ice Fae.
Riv will lean over to whoever happens
Then
to
I-
be nearest to him and be like, "Where the hell's Altan?"
What's an ice fae? Is
Um,
it a vampire?
most of you understand enough geography to recognize the large parts of the world. So Altan is actually the most southwestern part of the continent, and it's usually a place that spends majority of its time frozen.
That would explain a lot. So, is this a natural ability of yours to freeze things?
Yes.
So you're not an actual practitioner of the
Freezes.
arcane arts like the two people that we have here.
It's right that I was born with it, right? Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
But not all of your Fae family can do what you can do. So although you're born with it, some of it is clearly inherited.
Maybe it's Maybelline.
So I think she's actually Lumi.
So I'm
Thought she
going
was
to,
born.
for the guys who haven't seen it, I'm gonna probably not
Not in here. Not in here.
not much space in here, but I'm gonna make sure I'm just gonna open out the wings as much as they can.
Rhiv is going to fall back, surprised.
She has wings. They are
That's why
leathery.
you don't get cold.
Missed all of that, Dom.
That's why you don't get cold.
Yes.
Ah.
Each wing's about 4 foot long. You can see that when she stretches them, that she has to kind of like reflex her muscles that are so used to being in a cloak-like position to actually get them to creak and crack and stretch open again back into nice wings. But yes, they can stretch out into nice big leathery wings.
Would you like to leave your wings out when we go hunting? Would that be better for you instead of as a cloak?
Possibly.
Because I think
It's
you
nice
would
to have a stretch.
exactly. Wouldn't you like to suffer like a cramp? I mean, when I've been riding for several days, I know that my knees and get a little bit, cramped. So surely being like a cloak would hurt you after a while. So
I'm used to it. It's just a normal. It's like a muscle, a normal muscle.
and as we know, you are quite muscular is not the right word, but at least
Toned.
thank you. Toned.
Yes.
Good. In that case, who doesn't sleep?
What?
I sleep.
I think
Really?
we all sleep.
I just wanted to make sure. I'm never too sure. Look, I am mostly
Too sure with
human.
that.
I'm actually no, I'm very human. I'm very, very human. I'm not too sure about some of you. And I'm not too sure about your sleeping patterns and the like.
I like to be up when the sun's rays hit me
Okay.
in the morning,
That is
but that's a
understandable.
druid thing.
Okay. In that case, the two of you, Rhiv, you can have a bed. Emrys, as the aged one here, you can also have a bed. I will take the floor. And I think
No.
Lumi is also
Do
going
not, do not be.
not Traeth,
No.
sorry, Emrys, I meant, sorry, Emrys, take the floor.
No,
I'll take
no
the bed.
need. Lumi can have the bed. I'm fine in a corner.
I
Okay.
have
And
a bed roll, but I don't get cold, so
Yes.
A bed is
if you wanna.
I feel bad with
a
you.
bed is a nice luxury. Perhaps we can rotate the use of it.
Indeed, I am used to the floor, but I would like
I
a bed.
can sleep on the floor or on, and perhaps my visage is as it seems to be. Might not always be what it might seem to be.
I have no idea what crypticness that was then, but okay.
Don't judge a book by its cover. I think would be better said by another person on another day.
You'd have a lot of books to judge then.
I carry a
case-
lot of books around with me. Funny
In
enough.
that case, I will stay up for a moment. I will stay up for a little while just to make sure everything is safe. Then I will see most of you in the morning.
Perhaps you'll take a pipe with me. Ash.
I'm going to go and put myself to sleep, curled up on the floor there.
Yeah, that's fine.
Oh, like a little cat.
I'm going to sit on the doorstep and smoke a pipe. And
Okay, you don't have a doorstep yet, but you can imagine you had one. That's fine.
well, it's good enough.
actually-
I'll put my bedroll and roll it and sit on that.
That's fine.
Is it raining still?
It is raining, yeah.
Yeah, don't do that.
It's just water.
I actually take the sword out, the Galaglass out,
Yeah.
and I'm starting to look at it. I'm going to study it and get, because it's, as you know, it's not actually mine. Nobody else around here knows it's not mine, and I'm going to study it, see the sort of like the patina of it, see how it's put together and so on. I'm going to
Okay.
start contemplating. I'm going to try and engrave it and make it my own.
Okay, how many ranks in blacksmithing do you have?
Ooh, ranks.
Ranks. Not skill.
I know. I'm just getting to it now. Ranks, only 2 at the moment.
Okay. Ranks is basically a level of your knowledge, as opposed to your skill is your ability to impart that knowledge. Okay. What I'm about to say now might sound a little bit confusing to the viewers, the audience. If so, I will cover it more in the deep dive of Rolemaster, and I'll go into Rolemaster materials.
Ooh,
So just bear with me. So, as a blacksmith, you look at this. At 2 ranks, your current capacity of creating items out of metal would be in straight up iron. You don't understand how to fold iron, how to try and uniform any of the carbon in the iron. You can use a bloomery to make iron, but you don't. You're good at making things around a town, nails, tools, but weapons are a little bit complicated. You do understand the process of making low steel. Low steel basically is removing some of the impurities and evening out the carbon within inside the iron so that you end up creating some kind of steel. You haven't actually tried it yourself, but when you look at this sword, you realize this is far more complex than that. The sword itself is actually a high steel, which I'll explain to other people later what that means. But it's do much in the way yourself of alteration to rebalance it, other than maybe changing the pommel. To do anything more to it is just beyond your capacity to understand what damage you would do to the current blade. Engraving it, you think you could get away with. Ideally, it would be engraved at the point of forging. So if in the future you create your own blade, you would actually want to engrave it with a different level of steel so that actually it embeds into the actual blade. But you think, yes, you could, if you spend some time, rebalance it to make it more favorable to the way that you're finding it to be used in your hands. And you could personalize it with some naming and engraving and make it a weapon that you feel more comfortable with in the grip, etc. But beyond that, the alteration is beyond your skill.
That's right. That's fine. It's a case of, I say, rebalancing and personalizing. So it's like redoing the handle to my grip and engraving it just to show that it's actually mine and not possibly somebody else's that I've stolen.
You don't think that anybody outside of the old empire and people who have brought those skills to maybe your clan would have the capacity to create this type of steel. Where you are now in the lawless lands, you doubt anybody over here has the capacity to create high steel.
Wow, I got lucky. Okay, but it's a case I'm studying it because let's face it, I've had this thing for what, 3 days?
Yeah.
And I obviously after that fight with the frog, I know I need a bit more work with it. Even though I'm skilled with it, I just need a bit more work with it. So while I'm talking to Emrys, that's what I'm going to be doing.
Yeah, fantastic.
Just having a look at it.
Can you give me a blacksmith roll just so I got an idea of how well you, in one night's study, you think you can alter the weapon favorably?
No problem. The only thing I don't have the only thing I don't actually have a macro for. So here we go.
Okay. Well, I'll leave you with that for a moment.
I shall shine some good light upon his...
Okay, yeah, you use your staff to light it. 42. Yeah, I mean, it's not great. You're going to need more than one night. Yeah, you look at it, you're thinking, okay, this is very nice. I don't want to damage it. You understand what you need to do potentially to make it better, but you don't know which stat right now. You're just looking at it. Okay. Is everybody else sleeping or anybody else want to do anything?
I am looking to add a couple of runes to my staff.
Okay. And how are you going to go about adding these runes? A different method?
I shall first, as they are the low runes, I shall warm and speak the words.
I thought you wanted to chat with him. Instead, he's gobbling.
I do. No.
Strange man.
The staff that I'm been carrying.
Is that the one with the claws on it? That looks like a claw.
It is actually supposed to be a dragon's claw with an orb in it, actually, Ash. But the guy did such a lovely job of it, I'm not quite leave it as it is. But yeah, it looks fab. Yes, bear with me a second while I bring up some. Did you put that in the?
Okay, I mean it was in an email which you might not have in front of you. So to you your rune skills, you've got different things you can do. The easiest you can do without any materials is to just trace the runes with your hands. It's very, very unlikely they will take. The material needs to be very special for them to take. I will. We'll have a look. I'll have a look in a moment. I'll have a quick break and we'll have a look at the percentage chances you've got with your material of getting a rune to take on first casting. But it usually requires the material to be quite special. So I'm just giving you a heads up on that. When you might take all night and several castings to try and get one rune to actually take.
It'd be worth the.
Yeah. We'll say for now that that's what
Wait.
you're doing, and we will come back after a quick break and check that out. No problem. So you basically
Excellent.
Emrys is spending the evening.
And I'll be chatting with Ash as I
Okay.
do this.
He's basically tracing symbols over and over again on his staff in the air, and you can see that he's pushing energy into what he's trying to do, and some kind of symbol is trying to take form on the staff itself. But you can see that it's not an easy process, and he probably has to do this several times to try and get a symbol to take. So what else do you wish to discuss with Ash before we say that you go to sleep in the morning?
Just having a quiet conversation with Lumi in the corner.
Okay.
But that's all.
Are you from before the war? Sorry, the war. Sorry, before the fall and the lack of magic. I mean, I don't see your sort about. I don't see people who can do the runes and.
I am from long before the fall. But I am also not whole.
Eh?
I have forgotten things.
Because what brought you to the slavery shit pit that we were in?
I am following a voice is probably the best way of describing it.
Nothing to do with a snake, is it?
No, I was just intrigued by the size of the snake and wondered what it was doing here. But
so a voice drives you say?
I wouldn't say it drives me, but I do listen to it on occasion.
Oh. Well, I hope you find some closure and hear this, understand this voice and find out where it leads you.
Well, hopefully, because I think the place and the world that we are now living is in some dire straits.
Indeed, it is.
How was your tribe faring prior to you leaving?
Well, they weren't doing too bad. They traded. They're nomadic. My people aren't of my clan, so to speak. My people are from. My parents are from the Empire.
Indeed.
But, well, yes. When they went north and west, they ended up with the clan. Now the clan probably would have killed them if it wasn't for the fact my father is of the old blood, they would say, and he was accepted into the clan. Well, sort of accepted into the clan as best as possible as an outsider. And when I was given as an addition to the clan while they were there, it's one step closer to being part of the clan. But they still call me outsider. My name, as I probably said, Ashishishe is my parents' name. It stands for, it means crow's wing in my family's language. But my clan, they call me Kangriach, which literally means outsider. But they're not doing too bad. Nomadic. They have some people more like Traeth in our clan than you.
Yes, I am what you might say unusual.
Some might call you a relic of an ancient.
Ah, a relic. Yes, that sits well upon my shoulders.
Mm.
Time, though, it's very subjective. Depends where you are in it.
I am here. And I'm
But
looking
are
at it
you
from now.
just here, though?
No, well, probably not, but I am looking at it from here, so it can be as subjective as it likes.
You're in the now.
I live in the now. It is the best way.
Not always.
If we're going to have this discussion, I'm going to have to drink more of a keg.
It is. The night is chilly.
A lot more of that keg.
If you wish to fetch another, I will certainly join you.
And we will pass,
It is
we
good
will
ale.
pass the evening chatting and drinking until we go asleep.
And scribing.
And scribing. And
Oh.
then Lumi and Traeth would.
Yeah, okay. Lumi and Traeth, anything you wish to
Almost-
discuss
almost.
before?
So Traeth plumps himself down into a curled up little ball and just reaches out quietly and softly to Bree, to Lumi even, says, "Are you? I don't know. Are you sad that you're so far away from your family? Are you lonely?"
Times. Not many of us like me, anyway. But I do miss my family. Oh.
I have a sad.
Yeah?
I don't know why. Did you travel long?
I've been traveling by myself for weeks. I'm kind of used to being by myself now.
That's
Really?
hard. Hard, very hard. And you were to meet somebody, the person that Ash was protecting that's dead.
I believe he is not dead. And yes, I was meet him, my family. I have to believe he's not dead.
We will find the person you have to meet. You clearly have a deep love for your family, and this is for them, yes?
It's I've trained for many years to serve my family, and for my grandmother, and now I am here trying to help.
We will
I
find
thank you. I appreciate your help.
them.
Really
I
kind.
will stand with you.
Thank you. Used to
Okay.
standing alone, so that's really nice.
I don't know if I always was a kind person, though.
Well,
No. I was, and Traeth is silent for a few moments here.
I'll reach
I've
out,
not.
touch his hand.
He will hold your hand back whilst he's admitting his confession. I have not been totally upfront with everyone. I don't know how to approach this.
Okay.
I am not from this time. I was imprisoned.
Ben.
A long time ago. Maybe thousands of years by your reckoning. For crimes I committed. Long enough for me to lose my memories. As an elf. My mind is not my mind. It is missing, lacking what I should have, memories I should have. But I must have done something bad, really bad, because I am sad, very sad for what I did. It must have hurt a lot of people. I don't know. It could be that everybody I know is gone, passed away into dust. Even my elven family and heritage are no more. thousands of years. We live a long time, but not immortal.
Want to try and find them? Or what?
I do not think they are findable. I do not think I would have this sadness if they were. He gives your hand a squeeze. Says, but that is for another day, another time, not tonight. Tonight we sleep and we celebrate that we are here.
Okay. Everybody going to sleep?
Yes.
I've got one little thing to do. There's no dialogue or anything for it, but Rhiv in his little corner, he's going to sit himself back up against the wall, and he's going to retrieve out of one of his many hidden pockets a worn, a very small red ribbon. He's just going to hold it out for a moment between his two fingers, his thumb and his pointer.
Okay.
And he's just going to hold it there until he goes to sleep.
Okay, you all go to sleep, listening to the rain in the background, sending you off soothingly into a nice night's sleep. And during the night, Emrys, in your dreams, you have...
Dreams.
I have seen you. I have touched you. Now I wonder, do I control you? Or can you control me? This is a different voice and feeling that you're usually experiencing during the night. So much so that you have a second dream during the night. This time, the very powerful presence that you usually feel that accompanies the voice that you get on a reasonably regular basis comes back during your night. You feel the power around you, and you hear the words that you've heard many times before. Keep looking. And that is it. You all wake up in the morning. Traeth has a few tears in his eyes, as he does most mornings. And it is a new day. Now,
Up and out at the...
crack of dawn, yeah. Now, we're going to record a double episode like we did last time. It's a lot easier for us, I think, and we'll release the second one separately. So we're going to go for a quick break. And after the break, we can come back and film our second episode, which we will release several days after the one we've released this time. Okay?
So as always, like and subscribe.
Like and
you'll get
subscribe.
notifications.
Thank you very much, folks.
Cheers, guys.
And we
you-
have a Twitter account.
We have a Twitter account. Yeah, join the Twitter account. I send some updates on here. Also, you might have noticed that on the little blips I've done for characters, there's a TBA under the artwork. Everybody is more than welcome to send in artwork, which we can utilize and put on the characters. You don't have to be a professional artist. Anything's fine. We will display and showcase your artwork. So thank you.
It's a big community of the role players, as you all know.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
They do it. A lot of people with their hands in, whether they're making props and
Yeah.
LARPing weapons or actual items.
Anyway, I will put the email address again of myself or that of the show in the comments, and you're more than welcome to send stuff in. So thank you very much to everybody once again. You are fantastic viewers. We love you very much, and see you for the next episode. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.